Hello, welcome to the first class of our this course, Learn Basic English. In this class, we are primarily going to focus on our communication skills, enhancing our vocabulary, correcting our day-to-day life pronunciations, and learning some phrases that would help you in your daily language. So, with the start, we are going to start with introduction. In first class, we are going to start with speaking practice. For speaking, you are going to introduce yourself. For your help, I have given some of the For your help, I have given some of the sentence starters for your introduction. For example, you can start by saying my name is, or you can say hey there, I am, tell your name, and then you can tell about your hometown, and you can tell about your current city if you live in a different city. Then you can tell about your age, I am dash years old. After that, you can say I'm here to learn English because, or you can tell about your hobbies and your educational background, from where your academic journey began and has led you to what was your latest academic achievement, what you have studied. After that, if you have any experience, you can add that, and then you can tell about your hobbies or aspirations. For example, you can say, I'm passionate about teaching, I'm passionate about safety, and then you can tell currently I'm engaged in, or currently I'm working as. If you're working somewhere, tell about your work experience. You can also add your personal information or something personal into it by using this sentence starter. In addition to teaching or in addition to writing, I also like doing what. Okay, that was a very basic introductory speech that you can use anywhere. If someone asks you who are you, what do you do, or introduce yourself simply, you can use these sentence starters. Okay, starting off with the first activity of our first class, it's introduce yourself as different people. So the first role is a doctor. Consider yourself as a doctor and then introduce yourself. You can start by saying, hello, my name is Doctor, and then you can tell about where you work and then what do you like doing in your profession. You can tell, I like my job because of any other reason, any other personal reason. You can tell about your educational journey, from where you have done your MBBS or F FCPS, and then you can tell about for how long you have been working in this field. The next activity for today says you have to introduce yourself as a student. That's quite easy. We have all been doing this for a long while now. As a student, how do you introduce yourself? You start by saying, my name is this, and I study at this. I'm currently studying, I'm currently learning. Then you can tell about what do you want to be in future, what are your goals or ambitions. You can also add what you like doing in your spare time, and what are the things you cannot compromise on, what are the basic things that you like doing. That's how a student can introduce themselves. Okay, let's look at the next activity. Imagine a situation where you are traveling abroad as a safety officer, or any of the other professions you might choose in future, and you are traveling abroad and you met a person, a stranger at the airport who's sitting right next to you. How would you introduce yourself to that traveler? You can start saying, hello, my name is this, I'm traveling to this country. And then you can say, this is my first time flying, or you can say, I fly often, I'm going to work at that place. I have landed a job, I have done this thing, what you were doing in Pakistan, what you have done in Pakistan, what are your experiences, what is your hometown, you can say. Try introducing yourself in your own time with these speaking activities. Okay, so moving on to our first section of learning English. Let's start with the very basic. It says basic sentence structures. So, all the simple sentences in English language have one basic sentence structure. The components of that basic sentence structure are subject, the verb, and the object. Let's look at one of the examples given here. The cat chases the dog. The cat here is the subject, chases is the verb, and the dog is the object. Try making more simple sentences using the same subject verb object combination. For example, the girl eats the cake. The girl will be the subject, eats will be the verb, and the cake will be the object in the sentence. Okay, let's move to some more examples of simple sentences. Here we have first example, I have a phone. I here is the subject, have is the verb, a phone is the object. I like video games. In this sentence, similarly, I is the subject, like is the verb, video games is the object. Let's look at the next example. It says, we watch the movie. We here is the subject, watch is the verb, and the movie is the object. The next sentence says, Sarah reads books. Sarah here is the subject, reads is the verb, and books is the object. Similarly, let's look at all the rest of the sentences as well. Mike writes emails. They need some information. I'm updating the website. They are taking a test. Peter has brought a new laptop. I'll solve this task. So these are examples of some of the basic simple sentences in English language. Closely look at these sentences and see they are all the combination of subject, verb, and object. So all the simple sentences in English language usually follow this simple sentence structure. As we have learned the basic sentence structure, let's practice making some of the basic sentences using the nouns or pronouns in place of subjects as well as the objects and the verbs. The word bank is given. Try making sentences by yourself from the given word bank. For example, the cook cooks delicious food. The cook is the subject, cooks is the verb, and delicious food again is the noun or object of the sentence. Okay, moving to this word here, let's start with the word itself. We are going to enhance our vocabulary. The word is pronounced as vocabulary. Try saying it with me. Vocabulary. Okay, the next section of our every class is going to be pronunciation practice. We are going to practice some of the words that are commonly mispronounced, and we are going to learn the correct pronunciation of these words. Let's look at the words of today. The first word is Wednesday. Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. There's no sound of D. While saying this word, you say Wednesday. The next word of today is jewelry. There will be no sound of W while pronouncing. It will be pronounced as jewelry. The next word of today is breakfast. Breakfast. You are not going to say breakfast or anything like that. EA here are going to be pronounced very fastly, and similarly the word A will be pronounced as the sound of U rather than A. So let's try saying it correct way. The correct pronunciation of this word is breakfast. The next word for today is photograph. Photograph. If you have to say the word photograph, the pronunciation will be with the emphasis on first three words. Photograph. If you have to say the word photography, in this word, the emphasis will shift from pho to to. Now the word will be pronounced as photography. Photography. Okay, the next section of today's class is idioms. Let's learn some of the basic idioms that we can use in our daily life language to enhance our language. So today's idiom is call it a day. Calling it a day means to stop working for the day. You can use it in the sentence as let's call it a day. I'm too tired to do any more. That was all for our first class. Thank you.